Okay, so today's story time is about kite flying. My kite happens to be a Batman kite. There are lots of different kites though. There are big ones, there are smaller ones, different colors, different patterns and shapes. You can get a lot of different kites and a lot of different kite tails. And of course on the back, you've got something to attach to the kite to keep it straight and catch the wind. And then you've got your string, okay? And it seems like a perfect day for kite flying because, even though it's not sunny, got a little bit of a breeze. Not too much, not too little, just kind of perfect for this. And so apparently, if I want this kite to take off and fly, all I have to really do is throw it up and run. Oh my God. And now for some stories about kite flying. Our first book is called Super Duck, and it is written and illustrated by Jez Albero. And this story is about a duck who not only flies kites, but turns out to be a real superhero. Sheep and Frog are looking for Goat. He's not in his house, he's not in his boat. I'm here in my shed, he cries with delight. Look what I made, a beautiful kite. Come on, you two, let's see if she'll fly. Now who can throw my kite really high? Me, comes a quack loud and clear. Make way, Super Duck is here. He reaches out and grabs the kite, then hurls it up with all his might. It flips and flaps, it dips and flops, and back down to the ground it drops. A kite, says Goat, needs more than a fling. Someone has to pull the string. Someone strong must run and steer. Make way, Super Duck is here. He grabs the string and shouts out, go! Then scampers off with kite in tow. It flits and skits and flutters around, but refuses to rise very high off the ground. It needs to go faster, thinks Super Duck. I know, I'll use my super fast truck. He zooms down the track with a bumpity bump. The kite at the back goes jumpity jump. It hits a bump with a thumpity thump. The string unties, then down it slumps. Goat says, no matter how hard you try, without any wind the kite will not fly. Just at that moment, Goat's beard starts to twitch. Something blows up Sheep's nose with a tickle and itch. It's the wind, yells Sheep. It's come out to play as the kite takes flight and whooshes away. Help, hollers Frog, hanging on at the rear. Make way, Super Duck is here. He jumps in the truck, brum, brum, beep, beep. Wait for us, cries Goat. We can help, yells Sheep. Grab the string, quacks Duck to Goat in the back as the truck goes bumpity bump down the track. The kite is too high, yells Goat. It's no good. Take the wheel, yells Duck as he climbs on the hood. It shudders and judders, but Duck doesn't care. He teeters and totters, then leaps in the air onto the string which swishes and swings as he climbs his way up with his super strong wings. The kite begins to jiggle and thrash. The tree, wails Frog. We're going to crash. Jump, shouts Duck as he lets go of the kite. Then with a whoosh, the pair take flight. Duck swoops and he loops and he cries, never fear, make way, Super Duck is here, slop. But Goat and Sheep call out, where's Frog? Oh dear, says Duck, who is stuck in a bog. He should be on my super cloak. Then suddenly they hear a croak. Goat looks up and starts to cheer. Sheep wipes away a sheepish tear. As shaken, stirred, but safe and sound, Frog floats gently to the ground. You saved me, he cries, as he lands in the bog. Plop. I did, says Duck. I saved my friend Frog. Then Goat and Sheep run into the muck, shouting, You're a hero, Super Duck. And that's how Super Duck became a hero when it comes to kite flying. Our second story today is called Stuck, and this book is written and illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. Let's see what kind of trouble this boy gets into when he tries to fly his kite. It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it would not come unstuck. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose, and that got stuck too. So he threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite one, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Kitty to the rescue, we hope. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous, 'cause even Mitch got stuck. Well, Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this out once and for all. And up he threw it. I'm sure you can guess what happened next. The ladder got stuck. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink, the family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down a milkman who surely had somewhere else to be, a small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long-distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long-distance truck, a lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street, a curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse, and they all got stuck. We've got a whale and a lighthouse and a house and a duck and a milkman and a bicycle and an orangutan. And can you see some that I've missed? Because I'm sure I've missed some things that have gotten stuck in this tree. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The fireman stopped to see if they could help. And up they went, first the engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea and went to find a saw. He lined it up as best he could and hurled it up the tree. And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Well, Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted, though before he did, he could have sworn that there was something he was forgetting. And what do you think he forgot? Well, everything else that was stuck in the tree, including the orangutan. But at least Floyd got to fly his kite. And that's the end. And time for the craft. Okay, hi again. So today for the craft we're going to make a kite. This is not going to be a real kite that you can fly high up in the sky, but this will be a kite that you can certainly make believe you're flying when you run around with it. You can hang it on your wall, whatever you'd like to do. So what we will need is some cardboard, some different colored paper, designed paper, whatever you'd like to use. I'm going to use some stickers for decoration. Going to need some ribbon. I have some plastic lacing I'm going to use here. You can also use yarn or ribbon because this is going to be for the tail of the kite. And we're going to need hole punch, glue stick, and scissors. So pretty simple today. Now I have already cut from the cardboard the shape of the kite that I would like. It's a diamond shape. Pretty typical shape. You can really cut any kind of shape you'd like though. And I have also cut out of colored paper the designs that I would like to use to paste on the kite. And I'm going to use these two black pieces of paper too. And that's just part of my design. And if you get a craft kit that I will offer you that you can pick up at the library, you're going to have all these pieces that you need to do this yourself. Okay, so we've got our basic cardboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick and glue my colored paper on for my design. Okay. So we're just going to glue it right on. Right. You always have to be careful because it's hard sometimes to figure out exactly where these pieces go. Okay, so we're going to stick this piece right on here. What I've done, since this is this type of design, is I've written on the back of my colored paper where exactly it will go on my kite shape. So this one is the top left piece. And I'm going to write that on the pieces in the kit that you can pick up so that you don't go crazy like I just did. So this is the top left. Still takes a second sometimes, but I think I've got this one right. And that will get stuck right there. Okay. Now we've got two of our shapes on the kite. This is the bottom left. I'm going to put my glue on. If you choose to use a different kind of shape, maybe you want to make a kite out and make it look like a cat or a dog or a spaceship, you can really do anything you want with this type of a craft. So this one, now I'm getting it. Yep. This one will stick right there. And here's our last piece. So I'm going to put some glue on here. You can use regular glue, of course. Glue stick is very easy for this. And right like that. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now I'm going to glue on these two pieces of black paper. And this is just going to look like the pieces of wood that you find on a real kite. That keeps it together in the wind, basically. So I'm going to line this up here. I made a point. I just left this a little short of the bottom because I'm going to punch a hole in here. So now we've got our other piece of black. You might want to put something under this when you're gluing, because I know I'm making a mess of my table right now. But just have to clean it. So now I have this, and it's starting to look like a really cool kite. I'm going to take my hole punch next, and I'm going to punch a hole right in the bottom here. Okay, and there's your hole. Okay, now we need a tail for the kite. So I am taking my plastic lacing. I'm going to cut, you know, pretty nice size, length, however you want to do it. I'm going to put it right through this hole in the bottom, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Nice tight knot. Now the ribbon I have over here is just for decoration on the tail of the kite. So maybe I'll cut a green piece. Let's see. I'll cut a nice red piece. Maybe silver. Silver will look good. Just a couple of decoration ribbons. And I'm just going to tie them onto the kite tail. Just like this. And then after this we'll have one more step. Kind of my favorite step actually. I'll tie this one on. Okay, so we've got this so far. The last step, the best step in my opinion, is putting on stickers. So I'm going to take some of these stickers. I'm just going to put some smiley stickers on my kite for decoration. And maybe, let's see what else I have here. No, maybe I'll use a couple of stars. Put a star here, and here, and maybe here, and here. Okay, and that's good enough for me. You can really decorate this kite any way you'd like, and we're all finished. So here's your kite. There'll be a template on the website that you can use if you'd like to cut the same shape kite out. And also, please remember, you can request a craft kit, and I will make one available to you for you to pick up at the library. Happy flying!